Greetings from South Africa. Today we're going to talk about kettlebell swings. We're not going to do a kettlebell instructional video on this. There's tons of them out there. What I want to do is cover one of the points that we're having problems with at Bryanston, and maybe you are at your box or in your own training. Before we do that, we want to mobilize the hamstring a little bit, because the hamstring takes a lot of load during the kettlebell swing, and you need to warm up that elasticity, that stretch reflex, so that the hamstrings can provide you a lot of torque and a lot of assistance during your kettlebell swing, because they really drive the hamstring along with your bum. So you want to get a band, if you can, and attach it to something low, get it up right in there. Apologies, we'll pull the shorts down, a little bit dodgy. There, here, walk it out so that the band is providing elastic tension. We're distracting the hip, so i.e. we're pulling the femur back into the hip to get a better position. From here, just put the right leg in front to stabilize, keeping that leg bent. It's going to help with your stability and your base of support. Folding forwards, don't just kind of fold like this. You're not going to feel anything. You want to feel like you're a piece of paper folding on yourself, so that as you fold over, you're trying to lift your bum up to the back. I mean, your coccyx. Your bum's there anyway. Straight up, there, and down. Keeping this leg straight and keeping it at the back. So folding it there. This is called high hamstring flossing. Well, that's what I'm calling it, because I'm staying up high and I'm also working right up at the top of the junction of the hamstring glute area. So from there, you want to give that about 15 or 20, and on your 15th or 20th one, go down to the floor, anchor it there. Now your hands are here, they're in close to your feet. You don't want to be out here, you're going to be losing tension through the hamstring. Have it back in there, and then you're going to be bending and straightening the leg. Now, we don't just want to do this, you want to actually still be trying to push your coccyx to the roof each time. You want to maybe try and push your chest down. Try and keep your chest on this front thigh over here, and bend it and stretch it from there, and then come out. Obviously do both legs. So moving on to the kettlebell now. The big problem is with Russian or American swing, a lot of people are not giving it enough backward movement to allow the athleticism of the violent hip extension to then throw the kettlebell into the positions that you require. So just using the Russian swing today, when people are swinging, instead of pulling it, punching it, pulling it, punching it, they're kind of doing this with the bum, and then the kettlebell doesn't move. And the whole idea is you'll receive the coaching cue, have the kettlebell up at eye line or shoulder height or overhead. You start bringing in your shoulders and other things to get it up there, and you don't pay attention to the basics, which is the hip extension. So a lot of people start kind of rodeo riding their kettlebell and it's not going high enough, and then they either start leaning back to get it up, or they start lifting it with the arms, and it's not looking comfortable. You should have the shoulders packed down, and you should be pulling it there. What I like to use is a dowel stick as a human simulator. The dowel is you vertically up. If I just push my bum back a little bit and then stand, you can clearly see that I'm not really changing anything here. I'm not really allowing any power to come through from my hamstrings and my glutes at all. There's nothing going. But if I stay quite upright with my chest, I can still push my bum back further, and now we get daylight coming through, which is where you can be pulling, and then you've got to punch the hip forward. A lot of people are very lax. They kind of let it just flop in here and then drive it out, and then they let it just be slow and methodical on the way. The kettlebell is a tale of two halves. You've got to drive it away from you, pull it to you. That pull uses the elastic tension of your hamstrings, muscles, and ligaments, the stretch reflex cycle that your body has, in order to explode things away so that you can survive. So you can use that to your advantage with a kettlebell. And if you do that, great bum, jeans ready for summer. That is it for this week. Thank you so much.